Hi guys, Ron is here, back again for a video on the channel. In this one today then, we'll be discussing why Russell Martin is still a Swansea City manager 2 weeks after the big speculation about him just about to go to Southampton. 2 weeks later, and I'm still sitting here wondering how he's still our manager. Let's get into it. So, of course, about 2-3 weeks ago, when the Premier League was still going, Southampton reached talks with Russell Martin, agreed personal terms, and it was just a simple fact that both clubs had to agree compensation, which didn't seem a big deal with Southampton coming down from the Premier League, having parachute payments. Swansea City needed as much money as possible to fund summer transfers, signings, and of course trying to get some new players, new contracts, etc. So it kind of seemed like bit of an easy deal, really. Swans need money, Southampton need a new manager, Swans need signings so they can use this money to go out and sign players. So it just seemed like a walk in the park. But for some reason or another, 2 weeks later, we're sitting here and there's still no confirmation about him going to the south coast of Southampton. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? So apparently, 2-3 weeks ago, the rumoured compensation was around about £400,000, which was wrong. Now, the big talking point here is why the deal's not gone over the line yet is compensation. Now, Swansea have 2 release clauses for Russell Martin, which is quite rare, I guess, in contracts for managers. They're 2 release clauses. If a championship club wanted Martin, they'd have to pay £1,250,000 in compensation. If a Premier League club wanted Russell Martin, they had to pay £2 million compensation to get him out of his contract. Now, Southampton are saying, we're Championship club, we've been relegated, we are officially a Sky Bet Championship team, we'll want to pay the 1.25 million. Swans saying no, you tapped him up when you win the Premier League, which technically they did, because according to a lot of reports and a lot of reliable sources, they agreed personal terms with Martin, which isn't, illegal. You are allowed to agree personal terms, you just got to go to the club then to agree terms. So they agreed personal terms with Martin when they were a Premier League club before the Liverpool game. So, in my eyes, Southampton should pay the 2 million. Now, I know if there's people watching, they're going to say I sound biased and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, when do they want Russell Martin? When do they agree terms, reportedly? When their Premier League season was still going ahead. So, you've tapped them when you're a Premier League club, you pay Premier League money. So, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Apparently, Southampton will wait until the Sky Bet Championship confirmation is confirmed in terms of all the scheduling dates and stuff, which doesn't help either side, really. With Southampton, it just delays the inevitable where Martin, we all know he will be Southampton manager sooner rather than later. It doesn't help them because they can't get stuff over the line, transfers, Martin meeting the squad and stuff like that, because he is still technically contracted at Swansea City Football Club. Swansea, it doesn't help us in a lot of ways, especially where we still haven't got a new manager. We can't officially announce a new manager until Martin goes. We can't officially have a new manager in the building until Martin goes, because there's lots of rules around stuff like that. We can't basically sign anyone or sell anyone without a new manager coming in, because he may or may not want some players. Of course, Morgan Whittaker, for example, highly rated youngster, will attract a lot of interest this summer. One manager who we may appoint might fancy him, another manager who may appoint doesn't think he'll be suited to a system. So it doesn't help us in that way. It's a frustrating one, really. I just want it done. At the end of the day, I agree with the club that, we're trying to push towards the 2 million. Of course, it'll help us an extra bit of money in the bank, and, it's the right thing because they tapped him up when they were a Premier League side. But on the other hand, I just want the situation dealt with. Can we just meet in the middle? 1,600,000, 1.6 million, 1.7 million, it's frustrating because it doesn't help either side. Southampton will obviously come out of this the better because they'll have a manager, and obviously Martin's been in the Championship before and has played against some of the big teams at this level and coped with a lot of the big teams. Burnley last season at home, we were more than capable of beating them. Sheffield United at home, of course, we lost both of those games, but we were very, very competitive in both games and unlucky not to get a point in each, really. So, yeah, it doesn't help us. We don't know who the new manager is. According to reports from Alan Mixon, I know he can be a little, undecisive at times and maybe stir things the wrong way. But according to him, he said Swansea now have identified their favourite manager to take over as Swansea City head coach, but he doesn't know the name. So it's interesting. There's been a lot of reports about Brendan Rodgers, his former assistant manager. There's been links with Brendan Rodgers himself. the United States of America coach. We've had a bit of everything. Stephen Schumacher. Of course, Cardiff have got a new manager now, so I think we're the only Championship club without a manager now, which I say without a manager, we still have Martin technically, but a lot of people know he is not going to be here whenever it gets announced. But the reason I did this video is just because, you know, some people are probably confused why it hasn't been confirmed yet, but the main reason is why, guys, is that both clubs just arguing about compensation. Football behind the scenes is not a pretty game. It's just a lot of, you know, maths and a lot of lawyers and just a lot of high up people, high up in suits, and, you know, just legal stuff really outside of football contracts, stuff like that. So it's not that entertaining really, but what people get excited about, like football fans like myself, you know, just a player, a manager holding up the shirt. They say silly things in a press conference like, we're going to work hard every single game, and you know, you get your title hopes up for the season. It's the beauty of being a football fan. But look, I do wish Martin the best. I just wish his situation got sorted a lot sooner, because you look at Burnley, they're back in pre-season already. I know it's a lot different than the Premier League and the Championship, but like, this is where you really want to start, you know, your pre-season, get the players identified who you want to sign in the summer now, get the players who you do want to be on the transfer list immediately. You know, we still got players like Laborde and Manning still technically contracted to the club. You know, if we had a new manager now, maybe they could convince them to stay, maybe, not onto the wages, but maybe they can identify to them what the plans are this season. Maybe they have a change of heart, but that's not going to happen because we simply can't sort this Martin situation out. So we've shot ourselves in our foot, really. Yes, we're going to get a few extra £100,000, but are we really going to do anything with that money? Probably not. It'll probably be a free manager who hasn't got a club, a manager or a contract, which I don't mind, but I'm just saying, this pettiness over this little bit amount of money, it's just not doing ourselves any good, unless we identify the replacement for Martin very quickly and, you know, get it over the line quickly. But, you know, I don't think that's going to happen because, yeah, we know what our owners are like. I know they're quite good with managerial appointments, but like I'm saying, this situation's reminding me so much of Steve Cooper 2-3 years ago, where, you know, we got Martin with a week to go before the season. Now, like I said, Burnley are back in pre-season. Teams are, you know, players are coming back from holiday, back to their city, town, just to get back to the gym 2 weeks before pre-season starts. And, you know, pre-season, people say it's not important, but the outsides of pre-season, the discipline, the fitness, you go back to your eating habits, and you're going back to, you know, the 5 days a week, fully on training, 9 to 5, just training in the gym and running. You know, that's where you really want to get your focus. That's where you really want to get your team spirit. That's where you really want to get your, you know, just professionalism through the line, and you know who your manager's going to be. And for us, yeah, just none of that really, but hopefully it can get announced sooner rather than later. Like I said, let me know down below, guys, what's your thoughts on the situation. Do you agree with the Swansea owners that, you know, we should stick to our compensation and not let us get run over by Southampton? Or do you look on the other hand and say, you know, 1.2 million, it's still a lot of money for a manager with 1 year left to go this contract? Why can't we just accept it or go a little bit higher, 1.5 million, call it even Stevens, and, you know, wish Martin all the best, we can get a new man in and use our 1.5 million on transfers? So yeah, let me know. I'm really interested, because for me, like I said, I'm looking both sides of the coin, but I was favouring towards the Yanks, where, you know, I agree with the 2 million stick out, but the more and more it goes on, it's just more and more frustrating that, you know, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what happens. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, videos over the last couple of weeks have not been much going on because it's literally only been about Martin and there's hardly been any breaking source. But yeah, just thought I'd do this video, guys, let you know the updates, and hopefully the next video I'll be making is a lot more clarity on this situation, because like I said, it's not helping either clubs, either fans. And yeah, season's going to get underway very shortly. Looking forward to it, and let's just hope we can get a new manager in. I need one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need one